Hello, Dat212, and welcome to a how-to on how to do class now that we are in an all online work environment. Before I get to the how to do class, though, a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need a computer, you're going to need an internet connection, and you are going to need Autodesk Maya. So we do have up on announcements something about how to get it. It's pretty easy, actually. You just sign up, use your .edu email address, and then download the software. You will also at some point need Photoshop or some Photoshop equivalent. We can also get Adobe for free. Here are the instructions. Adobe's a little bit weird. When you first log in, you use your email, like sbenvenuto@nvcc.blah.blah.edu. But then it asks you, oh, are you trying to sign in through a school? And you're like, yes. And then you have to use your number at blottyblah.com.edu and login information. So you have to switch from your email to your ComNet login, which is weird. But other than that, again, you should be able, once you log in, download what you need, which for our class is Photoshop and nothing else. All right, but here is how this is going to work. So on Thursday, before class starts, it'll go up hopefully by 9 or 10 a.m. You will see a post that says, week 9 is online, week 10 is online. In this case, it's an example week is online because it is a fake example week. And it will simply say, go to the discussion board, reminder that everything is due by the end of, right before next class. So whatever it is that we're going through, I know we have class on Thursdays, but you don't have to get it done by the end of class. This is a work at your own pace throughout the week situation. So you want to make sure you do everything by end of day the following Wednesday, right? So by midnight the following Wednesday, full week, you have everything done. And then when we get to Thursday again, you will get to your next class. All right, so how does this work? Well, we go to discussions. And you can see it says class week 7 because this is only a test. The other ones will simply say class week 8, class week 9, whatever the week is. And this is the week itself. This is some communication information that will simply always be there. The description of the forum is actually where most of the information is. So we're going to take this piece by piece. I'll usually have a little bit of introduction. Hey, we're doing this week. And then the bulk of the stuff will be these first two things. So the videos will be the same videos you all have been seeing all year, right? I've been using YouTube videos. We're going to do the same thing as before. You click on them, you get to my YouTube channel. It will be broken down into parts like this because I don't want to give you a 90-minute video. I don't want to make a 90-minute video. So it's going to be broken down into segments, kind of like how class was broken down. There was like the time before the break, the time after the break. So there'll probably be two majorish segments and then like a bunch of little bite-sized things that maybe didn't really fit in anywhere, but you still need to know them. If there are any files, there will be a link to said lecture materials in Blackboard. It's a little weird how it links to it, so when I click here, it opens up a new window, and it says it right here. So I will likely... I linked to this right here. Oh no, I lied. It's this down here, but it can't go any further because of this. So it says lecture material week 7, lecture material week 7. So you're gonna have to find it like that. If once we get to real weeks, I'll probably write down a couple of the file names so you know exactly what to look for and click on. I will get to this survey, participation survey, in the next video, but the thing is that we don't have a way for me to track who's watching what, so we need a different way to earn those participation points. The next major section is assignments, right? We still have assignments, we still have to do the work. So, it'll usually be like, as we've had in class before, there's like a smaller thing and then a bigger thing. I'm in class in quotes. We obviously are not in class and you're not doing them during the class time, but this is, like a smaller thing that relates very highly to whatever we were learning. And then if there's a modeling workshop or homework assignment, I will list that. These will link directly to the descriptions. So it'll say how many points, when it's due. If there are files, they will be attached to those descriptions, right? So these will link directly to what the assignments are. You will still be able to find these assignments in the assignments page. They'll still be, I haven't added any new ones yet, but you're still going to be able to scroll down, see all the old assignments, see all the new ones. They'll still be in order. It'll still be the same thing. You'll just be able to link to them from the discussions board page. Also, there will be usually videos that go with these assignments, depending on what they are. So in this case, these would be like a little bit of an overview of what we're doing, right? The mill wheel, which we already did, you were supposed to follow the PDF and then make decisions from there to be, more creative and make it your own and things like that. So the video does not go over every single step, right? Because it's not supposed to. Same with lighting a room. It might be, okay, we've learned about some lights. I want you to look for this, and it might have a couple of examples, right? So both of these videos relating to whatever the homework assignments are have to do with like setting expectations and letting you know just generally what's going on. And again, we've been doing that pretty much all semester. And then communication. Communication is very important. Oh, I need to update that. Stand by. And through the magic of technology, I'm able to change what it said there at the snap of a finger. So this will be at the bottom of every week's, thing. In order to be able to touch base on like a person-to-person level, one of the things we have at our disposal is WebEx. And so during our usual class time, approximately Thursdays 2 to 5, I'm rounding, I'm going to be in WebEx hosting basically a live video conference forum. You are not required to be there from 2 through 5. I would highly recommend you at least stop in and check in and say hi. It's a nice chance for human interaction, and I will have a video on how to do this and what to expect from this. But essentially, it's a scheduled chance to be able to meet with me, like guaranteed. There's 3 hours, and other people will be asking questions in all likelihood, and we can at least have a conversation and maybe a bit of human interaction in this insane world we now live in. Also available for communication, and this information will just always be right below whatever week we're working on. I have 2 email addresses. I should probably update this for our class and not the Animate class. MB files and MA files should go through the nv.edu address okay, but if they don't, you have my Gmail address. Truth be told, this is easier to check. Now, office hours and general really reachable hours. We're going to start at the bottom first. Generally reachable hours. We're all working from home now. And so the reality is I'm available quite a few hours. Basically, even like most of the regular business hours, to be able to answer questions relatively quickly. So basically, I'm sitting at my computer during these hours. Doesn't mean I'm dedicated to this class in particular. I have another class, I have another job, I have a life. But there's a good chance you're going to catch me at one of these times. You'll note that it obviously doesn't include late on Thursday because that's when I'm at this class, and it doesn't include later on Wednesday because I'm at my other class. Office hours. So these very specific hours, I am here for school stuff. So I'm not just in the office and maybe working on other things and hey, I can answer your question, like that's when I'm here. So like consider it like some digital office hours. So Monday 1 to 3, Tuesday 10 to 12. If you email me, I'll get back to you pretty quickly unless everyone's emailing me. But also, I'm available for Google Hangouts. So I already tested this with one person, it works out pretty well. You do need a Google email address, like you need a Gmail address. But unlike WebEx, which requires like all this stuff, this works through the browser and it lets you share your screen with me or me with you. So that way we can see each other's screens and we can talk about like what's going on with the files. Now, in order to do either of these, you do need a microphone. So either a laptop with a webcam or like a headset or something like that. But if not, there's again always email. If something's very complicated, I might make you a quick little YouTube video. Depending on what it is that we're going over. All right, but that's going to be my availability. So some general availability, then you can email me anytime. These are the hours that you're most likely to get like a quicker response from me. My very that's what I'm looking for, exact office hours that are right here. The emails you can use to contact me, and then the once a week time that we are going to have like a WebEx forum, everyone getting together to talk. Now, this stuff is posted, in the morning, 9 or 10 a.m. I do not expect you to have gone through all of this by the time we get to this, right? So this is probably going to more deal with all the stuff you just did, right? So any things you're thinking about, any major projects or any major hangups or just, tips and tricks that you have for someone that you might want to let us know. I can record the things so that we can, go over it later, and I can make sure that anything major that gets discussed is in there, right? But you do not have to make it through all of the things in the few hours before our class time. That's not what this is meant to do. This is meant to kind of cover like the whole previous week and anything that you might have come across. All right, and also, if it's not one of these hours and you want to start some like a forum to do with this week, if you click on this, you'll see there's conversation for week 7, conversation for week 8. So each one of these forums is going to have a thread, and you can post stuff. If you found an error in what I'm doing, you realize there's something that we can do to make things easier, or if you have a specific question, just want to keep everyone encouraged. I want to have lots of lines of communication. If it turns out that some of these do not ever get used at all, we might discontinue them. But for right now, I want to open up every line of communication I can think of, to make sure that you can all get back to me and get feedback in a timely fashion. Please remain civil. I know this is the interwebs, but we want to stay, this is still school. All right, so that is generally speaking how this is going to work. I will have specific videos on the participation survey and this WebEx thing on the next 2 videos.